Hey, I'm Matthew Moscoviak from CNET, and we're going to take a look at the Google Nexus Q. Now, it may look like a mysterious orb, but it's actually a streaming media device. Designed by Google, manufactured entirely in the United States, and it's selling for $300. The Google Nexus Q doesn't look like any other streaming media device on the market, and the hardware is really quite impressive. The bottom half of the sphere is all metal, which makes it feel solidly built and gives it some serious heft, coming in at around 2 pounds. The top half is plastic with a matte black finish, and it rotates, letting you adjust the volume, and if you tap on the tiny light, that mutes it. There's a ring of colorful LEDs around the center, and those lights actually respond to music when it's playing. It's actually really fun hardware to play with, even if all you can do is adjust the volume. Around back is the connectivity, and there are 4 recessed ports: the optical audio output, Ethernet, micro HDMI, and a micro USB port. Above those ports are the speaker jacks, and that's because the Nexus Q has a built-in 25-watt amplifier. That means it can power a set of speakers without the need for a separate AV receiver, similar to a Sonos amp. Inside, there's dual-band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, NFC, and the Nexus Q runs Android 4.0 with 16 gigabytes of flash memory, 1 gigabyte of RAM, and a dual-core processor. Now, when you open up the box for the Nexus Q, you may be surprised to find that there's no remote, and that's because it requires an Android device to control it. So if you don't have an Android phone or tablet, you can't use the Nexus Q at all. And while the Nexus Q's micro HDMI port can display videos, cover art, and visualizations for music, there's no way to navigate the device on screen. Everything is on the screen of your Android device. Now, as cool as the hardware is, the Nexus Q can only do 3 things right now: Google Play Music, Google Play TVs and Movies, and YouTube. And although it feels a little like AirPlay when you're using it, it's actually a little different because the Nexus Q only streams content from the cloud. So if you have media stored on your phone, you can't send it directly to the Nexus Q. It also can't handle any other app, so there's no Netflix, Hulu+, MLB.TV, Pandora, Spotify, you get the idea. It can't play media off your own DLNA servers, and there's no way to view photos even from Google's Picasa or Google Plus services. And all of these limitations are particularly hard to swallow when the $100 Apple TV and $50 Roku LT can do a lot of that. And that's the main story with the Nexus Q. It's a seriously cool piece of hardware, but it really doesn't do that much, especially for a $300 device. Maybe the Nexus Q will get more features in the future, either from Google or the hacking community, but right now it's just not an attractive product. I'm Matthew Moscoviak from CNET, and this is the Google Nexus Q.